I have run into Margaret Hamburg, Commissioner of the FDA, and Ann Wojcicki, CEO of 23andMe, here by this elevator. Margaret, I am very concerned that the FDA is slowing the advancement of genetic research toward treatment and cures for human diseases. As you know, last fall, your agency sent a punishing letter to 23andMe announcing the company's saliva kit was categorized a Class 3 medical device effective immediately. This forced the company to cease all marketing and stop providing health information to customers. Now, Ann, 23andMe was remiss in not being responsive to the FDA in the past. I don't condone your company's poor judgment and erroneous mishandling of its vital regulatory status. But Margaret, the FDA's sudden penalization was too harsh, and the consequences could cost precious research and lives. I think you both agree that this issue is relevant for anyone who cares about the well-being of themselves, loved ones, or society. Everyone is a stakeholder in this. After my dad died of Alzheimer's 2 years ago, I wanted to do anything I could do to learn about my genetic makeup and what it might say about my chances. I joined 23andMe and got my reports, which I've shared with my doctor and my family. I readily consented to 23andMe to share my data. I will do anything I can to contribute to speeding up research to find clues for this disease and others. Evidence shows I'm not alone. A survey of over 4,000 people participating in a genetic testing program found that 9 out of 10 wanted to learn the results and to participate in broader research. Margaret, without a doubt, the FDA should regulate medical devices. I'm not saying that. However, I question the FDA's new classification of 23andMe's test. Prior to November, the FDA considered it to be a Class 2 device. Your website defines Class 2 devices as those that carry moderate risk, must meet performance, safety, and effectiveness standards, and many screening tests are Class 2. One example on your site is the Pap smear test. It screens for abnormalities that may indicate risk for disease. Sounds similar to 23andMe. Why then does 23andMe require more stringent regulation as a Class 3 device? A Class 3 device you define as one that supports or sustains human life and poses risk of injury. Replacement heart valves are Class 3 devices. I would doubt that many of us would equate the risk of 23andMe's spit kit with getting a new aortic valve. Margaret, the FDA's regulation of devices should be at a level commensurate with potential for harm. Without evidence of harm, 23andMe's kit should be returned to a Class 2 and be allowed to be marketed again. Margaret, I also want to point out that the FDA claims that 23andMe reports are misleading, causing customers anxiety and unnecessary treatments. They really don't hold up. Actually, evidence shows the contrary. Studies show that genetic testing results did not increase anxiety in participants. A survey of participants who received a positive disease diagnosis actually found that the information itself did not negatively impact their well-being or their quality of life. Actually, getting test results was shown to motivate health-related discussions with their families and their doctors. In addition to not causing anxiety, the 23andMe reports gave customers really vital knowledge about their unique genetic drug sensitivities. This could prevent adverse drug responses and improve outcomes over a shorter treatment period. This information is life-saving. Margaret, you yourself wrote just last year that the use of pharmacogenomics to identify the best drug and the right dose for a person is an opportunity to improve healthcare. Considering the broader research benefits, 23andMe's database is a gold mine, just beginning to be tapped and have its value recognized. It has contributed to 14 published papers on genetic diseases. Partnerships with researchers and companies like Genentech hold tremendous potential for faster clinical trials and faster drug discovery. 23andMe members had the chance to participate recently in the largest ever study on Parkinson's that was just published last week in Nature. Also, both of you are well aware that the NIH just announced a $1.4 million grant to 23andMe, congratulations on that, Ann, to expand its surveys and to allow external researchers access to the aggregated data. This further validates the worth and usefulness of the 23andMe platform and database. The more people who can participate in 23andMe and share their genetic information, the more useful the data will be and the more likely it will be to lead to better treatments and cures faster. The goal of advancing scientific knowledge and improving health is one that we all share.